You guys, welcome to your week. There's nobody else I would rather talk to. This is going to pull me out of my funk, I'm sure. And I'm so happy to have her back. She has triumphantly gotten her Twitter account back, or I guess her ex account back, because it's no longer Twitter. She is fresh off seeing Barbie the movie today on Sunday. So let's get into it. The one and only Sophie Ross. Sophie, hey Barbie.
Hi. Yeah, I saw Barbie today and Oppenheimer on Friday. So I'm all caught up.
Which did you enjoy more?
Okay, so I loved both of them. I think my answer might surprise you. Wait,
you're like a BuzzFeed article. You click on this next link. Her answer may surprise you.
I know. It's so clickbait, but I loved Oppenheimer. Like, I loved both of them, but like Oppenheimer was just like so good, you guys. And I was the one that didn't want to see Oppenheimer first. I was dragged there by my boyfriend and his friend. I was like, no, I want to see Barbie. But I ended up loving it. And then, we saw Barbie today, which was also amazing. They were both amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have like two good movies. It's really hard to compare them because they're so different. I didn't expect Barbie to be as, I keep using the word deep, but like as there was a lot of messaging in Barbie that I wasn't expecting. Yes. I mean, it truly was. And I thought that was great. As a woman, though, that was like, I loved it, but I know I'm missing a whole piece of it because I'm not a woman. Did it move you as a woman, the messaging in the movie?
I mean, yeah, I feel like it was definitely, the messaging was very feminism, like 101, which isn't a bad thing because this is a PG-13 movie. There are going to be a lot of like young girls seeing this. So that's great. It's like feminism 101. It wasn't like anything like so deep, but like, that's what I was just like dying at Ryan Gosling's performance.
Wasn't he great? He was so good. Like that's a cookie cutter character, and what he added to it was really unique. Like the comedy levels was hysterical.
The part that I lost it at.
What?
I want to take you for granted.
He sings a Matchbox 20 song in it, and it is so perfect. And he's
so
just
funny.
You forget how funny that dude can be. And I would, by the way, the Barbie movie this week will pass the $1 billion mark, like overseas and here. And it'll be the first film that a female director has ever directed that hit $1 billion in box office receipts, which is huge. But $1 billion in the first 15 days of release. That's insane.
I know, that's crazy. It actually was the person in front of me at the movie theater today when we were like scanning our tickets that was like, did you know that Barbie has made $750 million in 15 days? And I was like, and then I said it, I was like, did you hear that? Like,
wait, random people are coming up to you telling you about the box office?
No, they were talking about it to themselves.
Oh,
I overheard them and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that. That's insane. I heard when it made like $500 million and I was like, that's insane. But $750 million.
What did your boyfriend think of it?
He liked it. He thought it was cute. Cute. He was like, so men are just dumb, huh? And I was like, that wasn't the point.
I mean, it's a good point, but it's not the point of the movie at all. But Oppenheimer was truly special in a whole different way. That last hour of Oppenheimer, especially.
Oh my God, it was so good. And I had no idea that Strauss. Okay, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Oppenheimer yet, but like go see it, but spoiler alert. The fact that Strauss literally
played by Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, okay, and can I also embarrass myself really fast? And I've been doing this a lot lately. Like when Josh Hartnett was in Black Mirror, did not realize it was Josh Hartnett until the end of the show, which ironically enough, he's in Oppenheimer too. But the other thing is that I watched
Robert Downey Jr.
Tyrone the other day, which was amazing on Netflix. It was so good, you guys. That was an amazing movie. And I had no idea that the lead role was John Boyega.
From Star Wars.
I watched all of Oppenheimer for some reason, thinking that Robert Downey Jr. was Stanley Tucci. So,
dude, okay, I went to see this with my dad last week. My dad gets out of the movie and he goes, which one was Robert Downey Jr.? And I was like, what? Like,
I
was like,
it's a compliment. It's like he really disappeared into the role, but I don't know why I thought it was
not that deep. You could still, I'm like, it's the guy talking with Robert Downey Jr.'s voice. Like, who did you think he was? Matt Damon? He goes, I knew who Matt Damon was, but who was right? And I was shocked. Like, that shocks me, but I guess, like, I'm like, I feel like that's the only true talent I have is remembering actors' faces, but it shocks me when somebody doesn't realize that.
No, but it's just so funny because someone as celebrity obsessed as I am, and I like to think I know about these things. I have watched 3 things recently the entire time through and not known like the A-list actor in the role.
Your mom would be so disappointed. I feel like your mom would know that immediately.
Oh, she 100% would. But also, you guys, like I said, they cloned Tyrone on Netflix. Everyone needs to watch it. It is hilarious. It's with Jamie Foxx also. It's so funny. And Kiefer Sutherland is in like a cute role. So, yeah.
Okay, so Barbie and Oppenheimer, thumbs up. That's huge. How did you, just as from a personal, how did you get your Twitter account back? Because as of last week, you were still blocked. And then Bravo historian Samantha Bush, they did the same thing to her where they changed your names. And then all of a sudden you were like trading cryptocurrency and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I will say I was messaging Sam about it, and she, not to embarrass her, but she fell for the same thing I fell for last time. And it was something like, it looked legit, like a legit message from Twitter asking you to, it looks legit in our defense. And I clicked on like, this link.
Click if you like Barbie. And she was like, I gotta click. Yeah.
No, so that's what happened to Sam this time. Mine was like completely, it wasn't clicking on a link. It wasn't a DM. It was like completely out of nowhere. I got it back though after a week and a half. Like it was like,
did they ransom you?
Yeah, they tried to ransom me. And I had lost hope, honestly. I lost hope. And I think, so I know someone that works at Twitter and he kind of like escalated it. But I said to my boyfriend, I was like, I've completely lost hope in getting my Twitter back. It sucks because, that's something that you build. You're like, you work so hard to build that audience. Yeah. And my boyfriend was like, let me see if I know someone who works at Twitter looking at LinkedIn, which is also, I've done that too. Pro tip. He messaged someone that he went to college with that just so happened, not anyone that he knows very well.
Was it Elon Musk? Was it Elon?
Yeah, it was Elon. Messaged this person, and the way that she like was able to escalate it, that did the trick.
I love the potential ransom of like, Sophie Ross, if you want your tweets about Real Housewives of New York, you will pay our ransom.
But it does make you appreciate the fact of like not having that platform to just like, all of those people to kind of validate your dumbest thoughts. You're like, what do I do with my life? That is a valuable thing.
I thought you might have felt free. Like, I feel free. I can literally do anything. And like, I don't have to keep thinking of thoughts and putting them out there.
My screen time was down 27%.
Your phone was like, we're worried about you, Sophie. You're not on us.
I know. So enough. I guess that was like the one positive perhaps, but I also felt so just not having the people that I follow. I've curated that feed, only following the most brilliant minds on Twitter and not having that feed to scroll through. I was like sad and I felt left out and like, I don't know, you guys, it was a really tough time for me. But we made it through.
We made it through so she's there, she's on X, and I'm
on X, baby.
They officially have changed Twitter to X, and it's X now. Okay, so I don't even know what to say about that. So I guess we'll see what Elon loves X, and he did the San Francisco building. They knocked down the Twitter sign and put the gigantic X.
Oh my God, he's such a loser.
It's weird. I really have enjoyed Twitter so much, and then just to see certain things, you're just like, this is what a wild simulation that we live in. And okay, we'll see what happens. Moving on to some, and I don't think you watch did you ever start watching Real Housewives of Miami this season?
Yes, I did. Yeah. So okay. Lenny Hochstein.
So Lenny Hochstein, he had the mic moment that he was like, yeah, I want to leave my wife and I'm with this other girl.
Like, I'm going to be single soon.
Yeah. He's like, well, guys, he's still married to Lisa Hochstein, but he is now engaged to his new fiancée, Katrina Mazeppa, 27 years old. And he posted the engagement photos on Instagram. and he's wearing the stupidest looking sneakers in it. He's like, it's over the water and it's a huge rock, but it's wild because why? I mean, what is your theory on why this man? I guess why this man is the question. Why this man?
Why this man? Also, the ring is so ugly. It looks like costume jewelry.
It looks like something Kim Kardashian would have worn before the robbery years ago.
Before the robbery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Lenny Hochstein, as if he couldn't like be a bigger piece of shit. And also his mom's comment on Instagram.
Okay, so yes. Okay, so you guys, so he posted this, and then people were like posting all of these things, and then Lenny's mom, who was also on last season and initially took Lisa Hochstein's side in this of like, I don't know what's going on with my son. She then posted a comment. I'm trying to find it now. It was great. She goes, I will be very happy that this time you are getting a woman who love and respect you. You certainly did not have that in your previous marriage. Good luck. Congratulations. Heart emoji. The only thing she left out is like, continue to give me money, Lenny, please. Like what mom does this?
God. Oh my God. It was so bad. I mean, yeah, pieces of shit. All of them.
No, but I will say, we've always said, like any mom, like I've told my mom, if I murder somebody and you are even vaguely suspicious that I did it, just turn me in. Don't go to bat for me. Don't go to bat for me. Like these moms going to bat for their sons, it doesn't do them any good. And then Lisa Hochstein on her Instagram story says, congrats to my current husband and his mistress on their engagement, which I thought was like the perfect thing to post.
Slay, Lisa, slay.
I wish Lisa Hochstein, though, in her photos, though, it's now a combination of Facetune and AI. Like, she's such a beautiful woman. I don't know what she's doing with the Facetune, and it almost looks like artificial intelligence if you look at her feed. Like, all of her photos are so digitally generated now. But regardless, Lenny Hochstein is a piece of shit, period.
Wait, do you mean Lisa or Katrina?
Oh, Lisa. No, Lisa Hochstein. If you see her like photos, they're so digitally like pull up her Instagram right now. You'll see how digitally enhanced they are. And then now I feel like artificial intelligence is playing a part in those and not just Facetune.
Because Katrina's photos don't look like a real person either.
I don't think Katrina is a real person. She's 27-year-old weirdo that was
and
like...
her waist on Instagram is smaller than her head, which I find confusing.
Well, there's no brain in there, so of course. I mean, like, there's... you're like, ah. I wonder if Katrina liked the Barbie movie. Also,
Katrina.
I feel like Katrina is like gunning for a role on Real Housewives, but I don't think they'll have her. Like, what? I mean...
No,
this girl, she was already in another relationship with like a foreign dignitary before. Like, what does she think long term? Is this like when you get like a job with good 401k benefits and she's like, well, this is an investment in my future for when I leave him and I'll get money? Like, what is going, like, could it possibly be love, Sophie?
I mean, Lenny Hochstein isn't the ugliest person I've ever seen. He's not like Randall Emmett, you know?
No. Of course. And by the way,
he's super rich, but he's also a narcissist who obviously has gaslit his ex-wife, and she's totally okay with that. So, like, who knows what she's thinking?
But she's 27 years old. She's now the stepmother to these two kids that are really young in age. That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's like, it's just, I wonder what's going on in her head, because like you're saying he's not the ugliest, but like we know that like there's got to be some sort of person. Oh, I mean, by the way, she probably doesn't have a great personality, so it doesn't take much. But I just think this is just such a huge mess. And like there should be, like, wouldn't you think of also like this is such a tenuous situation? Maybe I shouldn't aggravate it by posting all of our engagement photos online just so we can like chill everything out for a bit, and for the kids, and for like that's the other thing of like, why do you continue to like press that button? And I almost think maybe he gets off on that attention just like housewives get off on it.
Honestly, I wondered the same thing. I was like, this isn't like a public, I mean, I guess he is quote unquote a public figure, but like
he's a boob god. He's the boob god.
Why? Like, why is he even posting this? Like, why does he need to do that? But yeah, he probably needs the attention. I mean, he is a narcissist, it seems. So yeah.
Well, and then this actually kind of tags into the other thing. There's this Ariana Grande, Ethan Slater showmance.
Oh God.
And now like further information comes out because they were trying, like he was trying to like work it with his ex that of like, hey, we're good, right? And the ex started going to page 6 and going like, yo, we're not good.
Yeah,
like,
she called Ariana not a girl's girl.
Well, what do you think about this? Because Ariana Grande even has a song called "I'm Bored, Break Up with Your Boyfriend," or like, what is it? What I'm bored, break up with your girlfriend.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's like hard to defend. It's hard to defend because apparently she was hanging out with Ethan Slater and his wife and child, like during filming. So
and liking all their photos as a family, like liking each photo.
Yeah. Like it's pretty hard to defend. And it's very, you know, Ariana Grande, where it's kind of like this isn't the first time this has allegedly happened. And you know she's just gonna get bored and move on in, you know, 2 months or so. It's like that Sex and the City clip that I posted. The one where Samantha's like, hello. And the guy's like, it's over. I told my wife. And she's like, who is this? That's what we have next week.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, I know this guy is probably the whatever female version of dickmatized is, but like, if you look at her history, like, dude, I know this guy's probably
good. It's not looking good for you, E.
He's probably like uber talented, obviously, but even he knows he's like considered probably a different looking kind of guy than other guys, you know, like, so he even like should go, hey, let me look into this history. Okay. Pete Davidson, Mac Miller. Big Sean. Maybe I look a little like Big Sean. Like he must even think of like, where does this go for me long-term? And that's like so fucked up because we see where this is headed, but I was talking to Troy McKeedy on Friday and I said, isn't this bad for like Disney or whoever's producing the Wicked movie? Cause she plays Glinda the Good Witch. And now all I'm going to do seeing that movie is thinking like, is this guy like doing like hooking up with her this whole time? And she's like the Good Witch in this movie. You
could argue that it's maybe not ideal for the movie, or you could argue that it actually really, really is, because a romance between co-stars, especially a scandalous one full of scandal and intrigue, is definitely, there's nothing better for promoting a movie, which is why you've seen so many like co-star PR relationships over the years. So you could argue it's a dream come true for the movie.
But I like that it's like Sandoval, where it's like, pick the cameras back up. You can't do that with a movie of like, pick the cameras back up on Wicked. We need to see like that's what I'm more fascinated to see now is the behind the scenes footage of the shooting of Wicked when they're all being flirty on set in their weird looking Wicked costumes.
Oh my God. They're weird looking faces in general. Like that's been going around. That makes us going around. I'm sorry. He's like so goofy looking. And then Ariana's fucking scary looking lately too. I'm sorry, come for me. Why? She's like so pale all of a sudden. So like
well, she dyed her hair and her eyebrows.
Yeah, her eyebrows, like the blonde is like just so bad, and like her voice in all of these videos. And I know everyone's like, well, don't speculate on someone's weight. I'm not speculating on her weight. I'm speculating about literally everything else. Like, why does her voice sound like this? Why does she look like this? Like, it's really creepy.
I know this is so foul.
Like they can literally drink people's blood or something.
It's like they're swingers now. Like, we were enjoying you from across the bar. Like, no, get away from me.
Yeah.
I made this image of me of like this guy, like, ladies, what you do? Like, this guy goes down on you and you see his face pop up. I'm like, yee, you know, like he's just so, no, but he's so weird looking and he's smiley. And like I said, like he's so,
he played SpongeBob on Broadway. He's like,
talented, obviously.
Yeah, so talented and also like short and square, kind of.
He's so tiny too. Like that's like when
he's
two
like
tiny.
Compact.
Yeah, when two tiny people get together and make love, like that, just the tininess is just so insane.
The tininess is off the charts.
And now they're on this Screen Actors Guild and Writers Guild strike, so they had to stop filming Wicked. And now those two are just having to hang out with each other. And I just wonder what's going through Ariana's mind and what's going through his mind, because he's not at this level of success that she's used to. So I just wonder. I'm so curious their day-to-day right now.
I mean,
We can only.
Did you see apparently that she was trying to take a step back to give him like space to figure it out with his wife? So like, is it already over?
Yeah, she's like, "Hey man, this has been fun. Good luck with your weird looking
good
looks
luck
and
with your divorce."
Yeah, good luck with that. I hope it works out. You got a beautiful family. Let's keep. I bet she is already completely regretting it.
I mean, probably.
Okay, so those men crazy. Also, Vanderpump Rules, they're still filming season 11, blah blah blah. We're seeing a lot of footage of Tom. Like Ariana won't shoot with Tom, which like she said she wasn't. So I don't know why people are even bitching about that. She already said she wasn't going to do it.
What do they expect?
Well, but do you see Tom in all these photos? Like he just doesn't seem like he has any shame. He's always like, "What's going on? Yeah, dude." Like,
he's like, bro. Wait, oh my God, Brian.
Oh, yeah, what was your SUR experience like when you were in LA?
I was just going to say, I went to Tom for dinner. And can I just say also, I hate to like ride for Tom right now because Tom Sandoval profits from that.
But it wasn't bad, right?
The food, okay, the drinks and the food were like amazing. And the vibes, they were super flexible. We had to like add a person to our reservation and move it back. And like, they were so nice and flexible. And the food was so good. We got the goat cheese balls. We got these like
did you get the
cauliflower rings?
That's my favorite.
Flatbread. I will say that every dish was garnished with like the same like arugula mix. We're like,
I choose arugula, Sophie. Me and Nick Elaine, we choose the arugula because it just pops the dish. Did you see Ken shuffling around at all? Did you see any?
We didn't see anyone at Tom, but we did go to SUR afterwards. And what do you know? Peter, the one and only Peter, was there. People were like taking photos with him. I was like, Peter, because Peter has like retweeted me and followed me on Twitter before. I just assume he knows who I am.
Was your account still locked because you couldn't prove it was you?
Well, yeah, I couldn't prove it, but he had no idea who I was. And then I was like, so what can you tell us about the new season? And I posted this, and he was like, nothing, can't tell you anything. Have a good night. And patted me on the back and walked away.
Have a good night, toots. I'm Peter. I've got to go. I've got to go polish. I'm gonna go polish silverware now.
It was so fun. We didn't end up getting a drink at SUR. We just like stopped by. We were like gonna
go in the alley.
What?
Did you go in the alley? Did you go in the alley?
No, didn't go in the alley. But we walked around, and this part was funny. Also, there's like the one bar in like the second dining room, and I was like, oh my God, this is the bar where Jax broke up with Laura Lee.
Yeah.
And the bartender was like, I have no idea. He was like trying to pretend he was like he had like a beard, like a hipster bartender that's like, he doesn't watch Vanderpump. And then one of the bus boys was like, yeah, this is it. That's the one. He was like over here again.
I've always said SUR should completely lean in and be like the Rainforest Cafe, where every 15 minutes they blast the Vanderpump Rules theme song.
Well, they already play Vanderpump Rules on all the TVs.
Oh, yeah. I feel like they need to like brush in like Marlboro Light smoke and like just vodka Red Bull scent and like Kristen Doty's. Like, I feel like they should have plaques on each room of what scenes happened there.
Yes.
And I feel like they should sell tons of merch, and they only sell like kind of like candles and hats. I think they need to go like Planet Hollywood.
Oh, 100%. That's a really smart idea, actually.
Thank you. Anyways, this guy, Tom Sandoval, is like, and he's like commenting on this one girl's Instagram of like hot, like HOT. And like, after all this, and he's just going to wind up being that creepy dude on Instagram, leaving comments of like, you look sexy in your swimsuit. Like, he's going to be that guy.
What a freak.
After all this.
What a loser freak.
So bad news. We finally they did their first week of filming on the Jax, Brittany, Kristen Doty spinoff with Scheana and Lala joining in as that bridge. So they did film the first week this week. So
how'd it go? What did you hear about it?
Listen, I might have been invited to a party that I was in Arizona for. By the way, and you guys, just so you know, Sophie did call and like, she did invite me out. I just was in Arizona. So like,
yeah, guys,
guys,
the first person I texted when I was going to LA, and
I got so many messages like, do you know where Sophie's at? I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, I can't be there, unfortunately. Yeah. Like it was first week of filming. I don't know how it went. I'll find out. but we'll see what happens. I guess strike while the iron is hot or
oh my God, fucking Jax. I don't know how mentally prepared I am for that. But you know what? I'm going to watch. Oh,
yeah, also, listen, I'll watch anything, obviously.
Also, I'm so sorry to report that I'm behind on OC. And I also have not watched the new Roni yet, but I have a good excuse. Our TV was broken. Our living room TV has been broken. Everything was going wrong for me, honestly.
Wait, how did your living room? Did you get like in a rage and throw something at it or something?
No, it just stopped working out of nowhere. Meanwhile, I read the Samsung reviews about the TV. It started after 2 years for everyone. I'd only had this TV for 2 years. The warranty ended after 1. So this was just a defective TV model.
I love that you're in the Samsung Reddit. You're just
I'm down going down a rabbit hole. Nothing is on my side lately. That's why I'm depression Barbie.
Wait, didn't you help move a big screen TV for Lindsay Hubbard like a couple years ago?
Yeah, I gave her and Carl, gave it to them. They bought it from me. I didn't realize that it was like a 65-inch TV. And I didn't realize that would take up my entire wall of my apartment. Like I thought that was like a normal size TV to get, but like it was not normal at all. Maybe call
him back and see if you can buy it back from him.
No, my boyfriend actually like went to Best Buy yesterday and just like brought home a perfect, great working TV yesterday, just all by himself.
Dude, that's a man. That's an Oppenheimer for today's ages. He went out, he saw a problem and he took care of it.
He is Kenough.
He's gonna Roni, by the way, so just to fill you in, Roni I think it's fabulous. I'm really excited for you to watch it because I don't know, like people are saying I'm being paid by Big Roni, like Big Pharma, but I just actually really like it. And I was thinking about it because I was talking with a friend last night and I said, hey, what's cool is that it's the first season, so I'm actually enjoying getting to know women that I haven't known yet. And there's no fights yet about podcasts, Instagram, Twitter. There's no fights about like celebrity. It's just like getting to know these women. So for the first 2 episodes, it's good. Now, on the other hand, this Tamra Judge, she's got to fucking chill out, dude. Tamra Judge, I don't even know how anybody would trust her. I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her.
Wait, I heard that Tamra was like really getting insufferable.
Oh,
Can you elaborate? Because I'm just behind. I think
elaborate. Have you seen any of Real Housewives of Orange County for the last 10 years?
Yes.
She's insufferable.
But I thought she was like okay in the first few episodes.
Okay, no, listen. I say insufferable, but I also want to remind people part of my enjoyment of these shows is disliking somebody on these shows. So she's filled that gap. So I think it's great she's back. It's just that these women trust her implicitly and she starts the shit and then they buy her when she's like, I didn't say that. No, I didn't. I would never do that. And now it's like a Heather Dubrow takedown season and it's hysterical. And then this has nothing really to do with the episodes, but I wanted to bring up this story about Shannon Beador. Shannon Beador, she's like a professional. I've always said she's a professional undercover drinker. Like there was an article last week. She got thrown out of a tiki bar in Orange County at last call. And she was fighting with John Jansen's daughter. She was screaming at John Jansen's daughter and got thrown out of the bar. And John Jansen was like, no, she was just getting her Uber and she couldn't find it. But she fully got thrown out of this bar at last call. And then I was talking to my friend that lived in OC. They say this tiki bar is a dive bar. So I'm like, Shannon Beador and John Jansen's daughters and John Jansen are all at like a dive tiki bar. And Shannon gets so shit canned that she's yelling at John Jansen's daughter.
That's wild.
By the way, that's when I want the cameras picked back up. Pick the cameras back up.
They're back together then, right?
So she always says she's not. She always says they're not back together.
They are.
All they do is hang out. Also, there was a Demois sighting of Shannon Beador at the Morgan Wallen like stadium concert this week. Same thing where she got hammered and was like bumping into things in like a one of those fancy luxury suites.
Shannon at Morgan?
Shannon Beador.
Yeah,
Shannon Beador. I mean, I'm sure Kyle Richards was there too. But Shannon Beador.
Yeah, we know Kyle Richards loves country.
She loves country. Yeah.
Country.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah. So I mean, Shannon Beador, like I love Scheana Bedore as a housewife, but it is interesting. Like we see her wasted, but I also have a feeling we don't even see a tenth of what she actually is like with the drinking, you know, with all of these stories.
I will always root for Shannon, honestly. I'm like
100%. 100%.
What do Shannon Bedore fans call themselves?
Sad a lot of times. Yeah. They got no. I mean,
Bedore whores.
That's a great, the Bedore whores.
Yeah. I'm a Bedore whore.
I just worry about that dog, Archie, her dog, Art. Like, remember when she was like, Archie has ran away, Archie is lost, or Archie got stolen. And then it turns out she was hammered and she had left the door open and the dog went to the neighbor's house. Archie was like, she's hammered again. I got to get out of here.
Archie was like, bitch, like, get it together.
And then she was like, we found him. And I'm like, you fucking like, I have the feeling she just gets a little too tipsy a lot. Which is like,
you think?
Relatable queen. Anyways, you've got a lot to catch up on that, and I think you're going to have a lot of enjoyment. I can't wait to hear what your thoughts on Roni
I know. Is. I'm excited. I'm really excited to watch it.
Good news, bad news is the Emmys this year are being postponed, you guys, until January because of the strike. So it was going to be in just like a couple of months, and now they've postponed to January in hopes that the strike will be over by then. But this strike, guys, is insane. And be prepared.
What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I mean, I think they're trying. I mean, obviously, the studios, like somebody went out and said they're trying to wait us out for us to start losing our homes, not being able to feed our families. And, and by the way, I was reading articles, like some of the, like David Zaslav, if he gave up, like it was like 0.76% of his annual salary, this could be over. Like if Bob Iger, David Zaslav, if they gave up just like 0.75% of their gross, this wouldn't have to happen. It's kind of ridiculous.
So infuriating about it. It's infuriating. Yeah.
Well, it's like when it's like.
So what I think is interesting about this, what I've learned, I guess, and David Zaslav he's the CEO of Warner Bros. So like
Warner Discovery. Yeah.
Okay. So like what it's Discovery, I guess. What is their streaming service that they have?
Remember he's the guy that fucked up. It was like Discovery, the Discovery Channel, and then Max, which is HBO Max. Yes. He's the guy that did Max. He switched HBO to Max.
So like Apple TV and Amazon, they probably don't make money from their streaming services because it's not a super profitable business model. You're selling
same thing with Apple TV. Same thing with Apple TV.
Yeah. Apple TV, Amazon. I don't know about HBO, honestly, because that is but they also make money from cable subscriptions. Yeah. Netflix, like, that's all they have. So it's like Apple TV and Amazon definitely have the funds to like pay people, but Netflix for some reason, it's just the fact that like it's not a super profitable business model. So it's basically, but they've told investors that it is. They've told investors they're rolling in money, but then when it comes to being able to pay actors and writers, like, I don't know.
Netflix is, by the way, Netflix of all of them are the worst in terms of like, they really don't seem to care.
Orange is the New Black article, that article in the New Yorker about Orange is the New Black and how you don't make residuals from syndication.
You make so you make very little, like minuscule. When I was on The Office, the NBC residuals, when they would rerun it on NBC, was like thumbs up. Like the networks were like, but then when they sold it to Netflix, I would get like checks every 3 months. And like I've seen that joke everywhere, but it's not a joke. I'll get checks for $0.00. And I'm like, why did you even pay to mail this out? Like, it's a sad reminder for me. Why are you mailing this out? But you'll get checks for 0 cents. And that's what I don't fully. So obviously this all needs to be reconfigured. So we're having to actually take the bulls by the horn and do this. But what I'm warning everybody is that you're going to start seeing really bad TV. Your movies are going to start to dry up. In fact, studios are now like pushing movies back by a year. So it's going to slow down that whole kind of glut. And that's what's going to need to happen. But then did you see this? Well, this is what I wanted your opinions on is Bethany Frankel. She wants to start a reality show union, Sophie, and Lisa Rinna is like, yeah, everybody needs your boycott BravoCon. And of course, Lisa Rinna would jump into the fray. But what do you think about Bethany Frankel and her heading up a reality show union?
A union for what?
Better working conditions, for better pay,
Okay.
residuals. She says, listen, I don't get any residuals for those first seasons of Housewives. I got paid very little, and also you have to realize with Bethany also is that, Bravo helped launch Skinny Girl brand. I mean, it really made it part of what it is today. But now she is coming, like, she's kind of unhirable by reality television after the failure of her HBO show that aired over the pandemic. So now, I think she's like, people don't want to work with her in that space anyway. So now she's kind of like, hey, I demand better working conditions for reality stars, which I think there's a conversation to be had.
Right. I like the idea of it. Like
her doing it. Yeah, her doing it
and Lisa Rinna being on board makes me hate it.
Did you see that thing of her getting down on that crawfish boil from her hotel room and just like shoving the food in her face?
Bethany or Rinna?
Bethany. She was like, 1 potato, 2 potato, 1 piece. You got to watch this video. She's got like crawfish juices all over her face. And she's like talking directly in the camera with her mouth like full of like crawfish. And she's like, it's an amazing deal. $50 delivered to my hotel room. And I'm like, you do that the same week as your reality show union? That's our reality show union leader, is this girl shoveling down corn niblets with crawfish?
She's really not okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and everybody gets out, there's still a big contingent that love Bethany. And I really love Bethany in earlier seasons, but this shit is crazy. And then of course, Lisa Rinna would hop on this. And now she's calling for a boycott of BravoCon. And it's like, Lisa, you weren't even invited to BravoCon this year. Like, you're not invited. So of course you're going to I just feel like these people, it's like, you got to look at the messenger and not just the message.
Right. Exactly. It's like the message could be one thing, but if it's Bethany Frankel and Lisa Rinna delivering it, then you know what? I don't know. We're
gonna have to figure it out. Moving on, Travis Scott. If you remember him, he killed a bunch of people at his Astroworld concert a couple of years ago. Well, he triumphantly released his new studio album, Utopia, this past Thursday night. You got features from Beyonce, Bon Iver. You got features from all of these artists. Have you listened to Travis Scott's new album yet, Sophie?
Not on purpose. My boyfriend has listened to a little bit of it.
What does he think about it?
He says it's kind of good, but again, it's like every time I listen to Travis Scott, I just think of the people he killed or is responsible for their deaths. Okay.
That's it exactly.
I can't listen to him anymore. I can't.
He was tweeting on release night, and he's like, he literally tweets, he's like, I'm so excited right now. I'm running through walls, and like. All I can think about is like, dude, chill out with the excitement, because that's what happened at your concert. It got everybody like it's scary when he gets this like fucking amped, because it's like, dude. And then the Houston police, of course, this was like their timing was to coincide with the release of this album. Their official report came out on Thursday and even says on them that he was aware that we wanted the concert stopped, and he kept going. Like, he kept going. He ignored the messages. There's an official report. If anybody wants to read it, they finally dropped it on the same night of the album release. And that's the thing that kind of bothers me, is that like, man, because he is such an influential artist. And this, by the way, me saying this is not going to do shit. It's probably going to be the #1 album, the #1 most streamed album of the year. But it is wild that I hope that conversation doesn't get lost. And when he does start performing live again, like, I hope really intense safety.
And it makes me disappointed a bit in Beyonce and Bon Iver and all of the
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe they recorded this stuff like before Astroworld happened, so like 2 years ago. Not likely though.
Well, I mean, and also there is that thing of like, maybe they think as artists they're protecting another artist. I don't know what goes through, but also these people, like Travis Scott is a multi-millionaire, very rich. Beyonce, very rich. I do sometimes wonder if you do lose touch a little bit, when you are on such an elevated level that you don't necessarily, I don't know. So those are thoughts. Speaking of Beyonce, which by the way, I think Beyonce is hitting New York. Did she hit New York this weekend, or is it this week? The Renaissance tour?
Yes, I believe so. Some people were at the concert.
Yeah, I was trying to but this is
Everyone's been going to concerts all summer, and I'm just like, where are you guys getting this money?
And these tickets, you guys, I tried to get a Beyonce or a Taylor ticket in LA. $1,200 for shitty seats.
$1,200. That's what I said.
For shitty seats.
$1,200 for the cheapest seats.
Like back in the day, like I once, and I thought I was out of my mind when I did this. I once went to Beyonce's tour, like during the Lemonade album, and it was last minute at like the Rose Bowl. And I went last minute. I asked my ex at the time. She's like, I don't want to go to that. I was like, do you mind if I go? And I was like, I'll go last minute on StubHub. Somebody will be last minute just throwing away tickets on there. I ended up spending, I had a couple drinks at a bar beforehand, and I ended up spending $500. And I had never spent that kind of money on a concert ticket in my life. But I ended up getting floor seats, had the time of my life. But so I was like, 500 is still, but 500 is still insane, you guys. $1,200 for a shitty seat?
Nope.
Damn.
Nope. And that is like, when I think of like, oh, don't spend your money on things, spend your money on experiences, like concerts.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Not that kind of money for me.
It's like, well, anyways, Beyonce, her mom this week, Tina Knowles, she filed for divorce from her husband, Richard Lawson. They've been married for 8 years. Did you see this story at all?
I saw some of the clips where it looks like she hates him.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of clips that look like they don't get along. But then Richard Lawson is a retired acting teacher in Los Angeles. And I do know a bunch of people that have studied with him. And I've heard a lot of stories about Richard Lawson. They say he's a very good actor, but a lot of stories about him. He took his Twitter account down this week, you guys, not because of Elon switching it to X, but because people went to his likes. And the dude was liking straight up like porn, and like the specific kind of porn where it was like big labia, big dick, big, like it was all this. And then there would be like,
what?
Dude, and it would be like in the middle of it, like the like would be like Viola Davis, another great acting performance. Like it would be like big and it's
like another classic example of an older man not realizing that likes are public.
Well, that was like, and he took his account down, but a bunch of people screen recorded before he did.
Oh my God.
Go find this on Twitter. Go find it, but also just be prepared because it's like, it is intense. It is I mean, we're talking just so foul stuff. And I'm like, this guy's there liking this, thinking he's like, I got to save this for later. And then we can all see it. That's insane.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
So, and by the way, imagine fucking up like beyond, like being in that Beyonce family. Imagine fucking that bag up, you know? Like now you can't go to Renaissance. You have to pay $1,200 now, Richard Lawson.
Yeah, seriously. Just like the rest of us, pores. Yeah,
the pores. I cracked up this week because I did see one of your tweets or your exes where I thought this when I watched it, but then you really made me laugh with it. Of Aiden returned to, and just like that,
Aiden's
the
jacket.
Second season, his jacket. Why is it all buckled and he looks like an emperor of some sort? Like it's like
he looks like.
Explain to the people what it is if they don't.
My favorite response, first of all, in the way he's standing in it too, with like he looks like he can't move, and his like arms are straight down by his side, like he could not. And I always traditionally thought Aiden was hot, but like not here. And
it's like a straitjacket
almost.
almost.
When I tweeted, I was like, wait, but like actually, why was he wearing this? And their replies were so funny. My favorite reply was, he's just following orders. Because he literally looks like an SS officer. And then I watched Oppenheimer, and there's a scene where he's literally wearing that exact jacket. And I know some people in my replies were like, it's a classic Belstaff jacket. I'm like, well, he looks fucking stupid in it. Shut up.
Well, but maybe he's like proud of his waist and he wants to show people he hasn't put
on
any
it was
weight.
Like snatched.
He's like, get me in there. And also, what a fucking dumb dork this Aiden is, that he's like, Carrie, I can't go up there.
He's like, I can't go in there.
Where I sanded those floors. And I'm like, have sex with her in the bathroom then. What guy is going to turn down a hookup? Like, no matter, you know, with who, like, because he's like, I can't go in, the memories in there.
Right. And it's like, would you rather go to the apartment that she shared with her dead husband? Like, shut up, Aiden. And I also love the fact that they're really leaning into the fact that Che Diaz is insufferable. Like,
but also, why are we following her story around at all anymore? I don't need to know that she got a job at her old job place.
I know, like, I don't need to know. I really don't need to know. But it's like, it's just so funny that Che, like, didn't really do anything too egregious in season 1, but everyone hated Che anyway because it's just an annoying character. And they went full, like, off the rails in the writing to make this the most hateable. It was like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They were like, you hate Che now? Just wait.
Okay, but also, like, Che Diaz, they made, like, it's not even fun. Like, I read this and I was like, I completely, it verbalized what I was thinking. I was like, oh my God, that's it. It's like when she tried to convince Miranda to do that 3-way with their ex.
Yeah, what's his name? Hudson.
Oliver Hudson. I was
Hudson.
like, that's like, isn't that like you shouldn't pressure people into like weird sexual situations, like wake them up and then pressure them into a 3-way? Isn't that like kind of fucked up? Isn't that like not cool? Of like, we should get consent and not just like, do it, Miranda.
Wait, do you film cameos?
Yeah. Yes, but hi, it's cameos. Okay, first off, my cameos are way too long. I do like 10-minute cameos, so there's no way I could like pop into bed. I'm like, hey, what's going on? It's me, Brian. But it was hysterical in the sense of what a great new way to find to make Che Diaz annoying.
I know.
Could you imagine? You get a cameo from Che Diaz, like, what's up? It's me, Che Diaz.
What's up, guys? It's Che Diaz. Happy birthday, Kyle. This is from your buddy, Luke. And meanwhile, Miranda's like, I have to wake up at 4 a.m.
Okay. See, this is the show's ridiculous because it's trying to be like meta and like, okay, these are like things in our culture for like chronically online people. But at the same time, Che, why can't you go film your fucking cameos in the living room? Like, honestly, like that's so ridiculous. Like you have these little storylines and then they set up something so ridiculous that of like, yeah, Miranda can't sleep. If you want to film your little cameos, go to the living room. It doesn't make sense. You partied with your friends in the living room and Miranda let you do that.
Yeah.
And now Miranda's all in this latest episode. Now she's all like, it's like the lady is out. She goes to but she went to that book signing and she waited for the book signing. She's like, I like the cut of your jibs. She's like all like full court press. Like she's fully fitting into the lesbian lifestyle.
Did you watch Younger? Also
you've recommended this a bunch.
It's such a great show, you guys. But Diana, the actress that plays Diana in Younger, was this woman in this episode of And Just Like That. And it was so great to see her. And it was so funny when Miranda goes back to her apartment and it's like disgusting. I'm having fun. I know there's so much wait. Just Like That, but I have so much fun watching it, honestly.
It's like my comments about Tamra. I do not want it to end. I want as many episodes of And Just Like That as they'll give me. I look forward to it every week. I need it, but I hate it. And I want it to like it is. I'm fully okay with how I feel about it. And what did you think about Miranda and Steve? Like, Miranda, of course I'm fucking Miranda. I got to, Miranda.
Why did they make Steve like act like he's 85 years old?
I think that's why he got so buff, because he's like, if you're going to write me like a loser, at least I'm going to like try to look good, at least body wise. So people don't think I'm a complete loser.
Oh my God. It's very strange, the writing for Steve. But again, overall, also, why did I have a sex dream about
don't say what are you about to say? I have a feeling.
I'm sorry. I was just as shocked as you're about to be about Harry.
Oh my God.
Why? Why did I have a sex dream about Harry? I don't know. What does that say about me?
Well, listen.
Literally the other night.
Listen, he's Jewish. Like, he's a nice Jewish man. He's makes a good living there. But I just don't think really. That's wild. You didn't tell your guy. You didn't tell your guy that, did you?
What?
You didn't tell your guy that, did you?
He wouldn't know.
I'd be livid. I would be livid. Wow. I'd be like, that's what you're fantasizing about?
I also haven't told anyone this. This was like 2 nights ago, and I just remember.
So bad it's good. Exclusive, everybody.
Exclusive. Wow. You'll never believe who Sophie had a sex dream about.
Okay, so I just like that. Wait. If tomorrow they hired you for season 3, what would you pitch? Like, what would you put, like, and where would you, like, guys, we're doing it all wrong? Like, because like storyline,
the show in general.
Yeah, like storylines next season, they'll probably be like Twitter changes to X, like Threads. We'll have an episode about Threads, you know?
I don't know about that. I feel like on a more zoomed out scale, I loved the episode where Carrie was just like kind of dating that guy whose arm broke because she was in the bike lane.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Harlan, or whatever his name is. Like,
one episode.
That feels like vintage Sex in the City when like Miranda and Carrie just have like one episode flings with interesting, funny people. Like, I feel like that's just vintage Sex in the City. And I feel like there's kind of a missed opportunity there because Carrie's single. Now Miranda's single. I understand Charlotte can't really get into the mix here because she's a married woman. But yeah, I don't know. That was the number one suggestion.
I'd also want them to stop shooting on like film, the look of it. I'd rather them go back to making it look like it used to. Like they shoot it now like it's like Oppenheimer. Like they shoot it like it's IMAX. Like these IMAX. Like these sweeping, like it's like, hey, the humor of it is what I think. I mean, they're shooting it like it's a movie, and sometimes I feel like that makes it even funnier because it's like, guys, you just spent like $40 million on this episode to have you guys all running through this blizzard, and it looks beautiful, but it's like silly as hell. Okay.
I do love it though.
100%. As we start winding down here, you guys, you brought up HBO Max earlier, and I just want to complain one more time about Max, is that they now have your Discovery Channel shows on with your HBO shows, and it's not HBO, it's just Max. So I was looking, like, one of my favorite shows, it's not for everybody, but it's How To with John Wilson that just premiered its third season on Friday night, and it's just really unique. But somebody had to tell me that it was on. I didn't even know it because it wasn't anywhere on the Max homepage. And I'm like, why release a show and then you don't have it anywhere? But Dr. Pimple Popper's on the home. Like, I'm having to look for things that they paid money for and they don't do anything about it. And it's like pissing me off. It's like unique shows.
Max also going down fast.
There's a good documentary series called Last Call on HBO Max about a gay.
I've been seeing that.
Yeah, gay serial killer in New York in the 90s. And I thought that's interesting, but I kind of
also, I don't know if you saw on my Instagram story the other day, if you're not watching Hijack on Apple TV with Idris Elba, you need to be watching it, guys. It is.
Don't even know what it is.
Oh my God. It's Idris Elba playing like the hero. It's basically just a series about a hijacking, about a plane from Dubai to London getting.
Is he the hijacker?
No, he's like a passenger. And of course he's like the heroic, like manly guy. Yeah, everyone needs to be watching it. It's amazing. And I feel like not enough people are talking about it. That is what I love. How I'm behind on all of the Housewives show, but like, it's like an hijacking show. It's like a television.
You're like, you guys need to see this show, Friends. Joey, Chandler, Monica. It's
but you know how you always make fun of me for like loving like Liam Neeson movies?
Yeah.
This is like kind of the same genre, you know?
Oh, well, get this. I was like, I want to go see that Mission Impossible Tom Cruise movie. But then I was like, I need to go back, and I've seen all the Mission Impossibles, but I don't really remember them. And they have them all on Paramount Plus. So I'm now up to Mission Impossible 5. And it just cracks me up is that like, I just want, like, Tom Cruise gets off on doing all of these stunts, and like, they're always like, he did this for real. And I'm like, yeah, we get it. Like, he gets off on doing like crazy stunts. But then I was trying to wonder like, what Tom Cruise is like afraid of besides like Surrey Cruise and hanging out with his daughter, you know, like what is he afraid? Like what like scares the shit out of Tom Cruise?
I'll tell you.
What?
Whatever he is entrusted with the Scientology organization getting out.
That's what he's scared of.
That is what he is most afraid of in the world.
That's the stuff he can
whatever shit it is that they have on him. He will never be free.
I just love that he might be actually wanting to pass away during one of these stunts, but he's like, fuck it, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll just ride a bike off a cliff. Hopefully I'll just,
So you haven't seen it yet, the new Mission Impossible?
No, I'm up to 5, and I've got 5 and 6, and then I think the 7 is the one.
I actually was reading how they're kind of looking at it as a box office flop.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Totally overshadowed by Barbenheimer. And they were like really making him out to be like, because of Top Gun Maverick. He like
the savior, saved movies.
He saved the movies, but now this movie is flopping. And I think it was just, it probably would perform well if it wasn't released the weekend before Barbenheimer.
I will say everything I've read about this movie says it's a great movie. So I'm not I'm excited to see it. Like I have very strong opinions about Tom Cruise, but the guy makes decent, I don't even know what I'm saying, you guys. I'm sorry.
He makes decent films. He makes decent cinema.
Potentially horrible, but makes decent films. Sophie, did you hear about this, about the aliens that are amongst us? We had congressional hearings this week, and they flat out admitting that we are in possession of alien bodies and alien spacecraft. And then nobody really, I guess it's true. What the fuck are we going to do with that?
Okay. My question is, because we hear this about once a year at this point. Someone comes out and is like, aliens are real, guys. Yeah. The government knows everything. Why have we still not seen any definitive proof? You would think that something would leak, a photo, if there are alien bodies in labs, and I understand that these are top secret government agencies, but it's like, I'm not going to believe you until you show me proof.
You guys, I've seen every blurry film. I've seen the entire season of season 11 of Vanderpump Rules of just people filming on their cell phones. I can't see one alien. You're telling me I can't see one alien? I've seen every scene of Tom Sandoval in the new season that's not out yet, but I can't see one alien.
Exactly. I'm literally not. So everyone's like freaking out, and I'm just like, I don't believe them.
Well, wait, Sophie, I believe them. I just don't believe that who cares? It's not going to change my life.
Where are the photos? Where's the proof?
Where's it?
So I also heard someone say, I can't remember who said it. They were like, they're just trying to distract us from the fact that we're in the worst recession of our lives. And I'm like, you know what?
No.
You know what? That's a good point.
No, guys, aliens definitely exist. How do you explain Raquel? How do you explain Ramona? These are aliens. How do you explain Davina from Selling Sunset? These are aliens, flat out. And I just don't. And by the way, they also made the point, if aliens, this technology is supposed to be so far beyond ours that if they didn't want us here, they would not have us here. They could completely destroy us. So they're obviously just laughing at us from afar. We're their Mission Impossible 7. They're just it's very entertaining what we all do, but it just doesn't affect my day to day. So I don't care. I'd love to see a photo. It would be cool to see a photo.
I would love to see a photo. Are you kidding? I would love to meet one.
What if, by the way, that would be great. If your Twitter account was still locked and you're like, no, I'm Sophie on Twitter. See, and then it's the Bitcoin. They're like, you are the Bitcoin lady. You are trying to sell us crypto. And finally, Taylor Swift. Be safe out there, you guys. There was a 2.7 earthquake supposedly in Seattle. Because Taylor Swift fans were making so much movement, freaking out at a Taylor Swift concert that it actually hit the Richter scale, which I think this is probably just a fun little story, and it probably happens at a lot of concerts, but it is kind of funny to think that she possibly could destroy our world.
I know. Oh my God. Relax.
Oh, has it gotten less hot in New York, or is it still disgusting?
It's still pretty disgusting, but today was 85 degrees instead of 95, which was
that humidity. Oh, by the way, as we wind up, I did see some beautiful photos of you at your 80th wedding this year. How was your weekend wedding?
Yeah, we had a wedding in the city, which was great. We didn't have to go out of town or anything, so that was great. But I also, while we're talking about the heat wave, LA, and I've been to LA in the summer many, many times. I know it's not super hot, but why is it like actually really chilly at night in LA. Like,
cause it's a beautiful area. Like that's how amazing LA is that you can be hot during the day and then you'll need a little jacket.
Like a sweater jacket.
Yeah. Like that. It's the best of both worlds.
I love LA so much. Like I'm hopefully moving there one day. Hopefully.
Yeah. I saw a thing on your Instagram. I think it was maybe or your Twitter, your mom saying, joking about moving there.
Yeah. You're not moving there.
I will say though, when I got back from New York, I did have that thought of like that old adage of like New York makes you tough and LA makes you soft. And I can see what both of those things mean, but they're both really special places.
Does LA make you soft?
Hell yeah, I'm soft. But like, I feel, but it's like, no, but there's both very special places. Like I love both of them. Like
I want to be just like bi-coastal, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just like Kyle Richards. Ew. No, I'm joking.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I thought you meant bi. Anyways, that's a bad one, you guys. Anyways, what's going on, Sophie, this week? What's going on? What do we need to know about? You got your Twitter account back. You're threading. Any weddings coming up this weekend?
Yeah, we actually do have a wedding in the Berkshires this upcoming weekend.
You're going to the Berkshires?
And then we have another wedding in the Berkshires 2 weekends after that.
Will you go to that place? Go to that place that Dorinda used to work at that they're always go to and visit.
Guys,
I'm forgetting what it's called.
Berkshires before, and I randomly have 2 weddings there in August.
You should actually DM Dorinda and just say, I'm going to the Berkshires. What do you recommend? Because I swear to God,
that's a great idea,
I swear to God, she would write you back. She will write you back.
That is a great idea, actually. You're right. I should. Dude, I'm going to DM her.
Speaking of aliens, Dorinda's Instagram is off the hook lately. The artistic photos she's taking is just so bizarre and weird, and I love it so much. Okay, any other recommendations for the week, Sophie? We got Below Deck, you guys on. We got Roni, Real Housewives of Orange County, Real Housewives of Atlanta. We've got plenty of Bravo, plenty of reality shows. Love During Lockup is on now. 90 Day Fiance, 90 Day Fiance UK. Anything else that you're watching besides Idris Elba and Hijack?
Yeah, Hijack. They cloned Tyrone.
What is they clone Tyrone about? Just cloning Tyrone?
Oh my God. Go watch the trailer right now, you guys. It's like a sci-fi, retro, futuristic. Like, it's so good. We loved it. We were like, it's a comedy, but it's like sci-fi comedy. And Jamie Foxx is hilarious. And John Boyega disappeared into the role for me, literally. So yeah, it's great.
So bad it's good. The Facebook group, somebody was like recommending Claim to Fame very highly, and I know you had said you were loving it. So it's still on. Obsessed. It's still on right now. New episodes
on ABC on Mondays. Yes.
Oh, and also the Golden Bachelor will be premiering, I think, in a month or so, and that's like the old Bachelor.
I feel like I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that and VIP.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of that. Wait, what's VIP?
No, Bachelor.
Oh, Bachelor in Paradise.
Because I haven't watched The Bachelorette or The Bachelor really recently. Like,
and once it starts, when you get 3 episodes and you miss 3 episodes, you can't. It's just not worth it. You're done.
Yeah, and you're just like, it's the same shit every single season. But I love Bachelor in Paradise, and I'm very curious to see what the Golden Bachelor is like. So.
Okay, sorry. I know I'm gonna 2 minutes. I forgot to ask this about you. What did you fucking think about the dog going back to DJ James Kennedy and then him renaming it Hippie?
Oh, so I hated that. Isn't that
insane?
I hated the fact that he changed the name from Graham to Hippie. I obviously hate the fact that Raquel, like, he ended up at a shelter to begin with. But someone said that changing the name could actually be like good for a dog and good for like a fresh start if he was coming from, say, an abusive situation, which we don't know. But people were saying that also. I hate it because I feel like it's just confusing for him. Like, it's just
that's what I was thinking. After 3 years with his dog,
I threaded about this, about how I just thought it was like, you know, he's already been through a lot. So yeah, it's confusing for him. I just
think it's funny. It's like, if this dog is like has biting issues, and then like you're gonna bring it in the house with her 2 cats, and like it just seems like so much to then throw a name change on this dog as well. I'm shocked. And they make it seem like Lisa Vanderpump surprises DJ James Kennedy with the dog when they went to this event, and like she surprised. Like, I'm like, this is fucking wild. You can't get Raquel, but we got this dog surprising DJ James Kennedy. That's wild.
Oh my God.
And he's like, you're going to live with me now, you fat fuck dog.
You stupid dumb slut.
You fuck. You go to fuck Peter with his big belly. Okay, you guys, that's enough. This was so much fun. I hope you guys had a fun time listening to this. Have a great week, you guys. And rest in peace, Brooklyn.
I was going to say, rest in peace, Brooklyn.
Yeah, rest in peace, Brooklyn. Yeah.
I never got to meet Brooklyn in person, but
you saw her a lot, though. Remember when I pulled her up on screen?
Yeah, I saw her a lot via camera, and she just seemed like so one of a kind. And, you know, I'm sending you so much love right now, Ryan. I know how hard it is. So
Brooklyn is just so happy to escape listening to me podcast ever again. And it was a very special. And I'll talk a little bit about that after this interview when I do the solo stuff. But if you're listening, Brooklyn, at that Rainbow Bridge area, rest in peace. We love you and thinking about you. And we'll talk to you very soon. Sophie Ross, Twitter, threading, writing, go support. And we'll talk to you soon, Soph.
Thanks, guys. Love ya.